gonna tell you, man, your eyes will see through bullshit. Okay? What I mean by that is when you're watching basketball, always believe what your eyes are telling you rather than, what you want to believe. Now Memphis just came, just came off of a bad loss to the Miami Heat, but Miami looked like they're one of the best teams in the NBA right now. So Memphis, considering the competition that they've been playing over the first 6 games, they're still young and it's just 6 games. Um, but I think Memphis has made some improvements, especially on the offensive end. Um, Let me say this: the number one reason why Memphis has improved offensively is Morant. Okay, now actually their points per game are down, but that has a lot to do with I think some of the changes as far as foul calls and officiating. But offensively, last year they were in the middle of the pack. This year they're a top 5, 6 team offensively, and it has to do with Morant. Morant has been more aggressive offensively. You can tell he's worked on his game. Uh, the first couple of years, Morant was a below average 3-point shooter. And compared to other perimeter scorers, he didn't shoot it at the same, anywhere near the same volume as others, maybe around 3 a game. But this year, he's firing about 6, 7 threes a game. And the percentage is what's so different. Now, it's still early. It's still early. But the first couple years of his career, he was about a 30% 3-point shooter. This year, he's shooting 39% from three. That is a huge, huge improvement. That is elite percentage right there. 39%, that's elite. He's shooting the ball, at a very high percentage. He's shooting a lot more, obviously. And you can also see improvements in his mid range game. And that's what happens when you put in work, you know what I'm saying? And he's been balling. He's been balling, man. Um, you gotta give it to Morant. Another thing I noticed about Morant, because I remember how he looked when he first came to NBA, you could see that he's put on some muscle. And I looked that up before I did the video, and indeed he has. He's put on 12 pounds of muscle. So even though he's listed at 6'3", 174 pounds, in reality he's more around 185. All right. So of course, when you're stronger, you're able to withstand punishment. You're able to inflict more punishment on the defense. And I have the number one reason why Memphis looks better offensively because of the improvement of Morant, but also the addition of Steven Adams. Steven Adams is a great rebounder. Steven Adams is a very selfless player. He's capable of scoring. He's not a scorer first or primary scorer as far as a big man is concerned. But he's the type of big man that, you know, thinks about his teammates. You know what I'm saying? He's a great passer from out the post. And by him not being a lane clogger, that opens up the offense for everybody with the Memphis Grizzlies. So offensively, Memphis is great. The problem with Memphis, and this has been kind of, inexplicable this year, I think it's an aberration. I think they'll get better. Memphis is taking a huge hit on the defensive end. Memphis last year was, I believe, a top 10 defensive team. This year they're next to the worst team when it comes to defense. Um, I think they'll get better, but as we all know, to win in this NBA, man, to win in this league, you have to play defense. If your strategy is to outscore a team every time, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be very disappointed. I mean, just to give you an example I'm talking about. One year in the early 80s, I can't remember which year it is. I always get a little confused. It was either the 82 or 83 Nuggets. One of those years, they averaged 126.5 points per game. So you think to yourself, wow, a team averaged 126 and a half points a game. How did they not win a championship? Well, because they gave up a lot of fucking points. They might have scored 126 and a half, but they gave up probably 124, 125. So Memphis is still a young team, obviously. They still have a lot of kinks to work out, but I think that the future is bright for Memphis fans. Um, when you think of the history of the Memphis Grizzlies, going back to when they were Vancouver Grizzlies, there's been a lot of disappointment. When you think about it, man, all the way back to you know the disappointing career of Big Country Reeves as far as injuries and longevity. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, and that team never really amounted to much. The Pau Gasol years, Zach Randolph. They had some good teams, but they've never been able to build consistently a team that's been a consistent contender for multiple years. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with this team. But tell me what you guys think.